So we all know that living in Southern California is not as affordable as other areas in the country, and I totally get that. But one of the questions we get asked the most about people looking to move here to our area is, what does the cost of living look like? How expensive is it to live in that area? And so today I'm going to break down for you the cost of living in Temecula, California. I want to break down for you your utilities, your grocery costs, your fuel costs, housing costs, give you guys just a really good idea on what it's going to cost you when it comes to living here in the area. Obviously, we all know that, house prices are one thing, but what is everything else that goes into it? I'm going to give you that full picture today. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley, from new construction tours to neighborhood spotlights to new things coming here to the valley. I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like living here before you make the move. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to it. All right, so we are here with the cost of living in Temecula, California. Let's break it all down for you category by category so you know exactly what to expect. First off, we're gonna start with your utilities. What is it gonna cost you on a monthly basis for your utilities here in Temecula, California? Let's start with your electric bill. So your electricity, that is probably going to be higher than wherever you are coming from. We are in a warmer climate area, so you're going to run the air conditioner a ton compared to wherever you may be coming from. So your electric bill on average on a monthly basis here, and when we're running these numbers, we're talking about a family of 4 is what we're looking at here. Your average electric bill is gonna be $300 to $375 per month. Now that's your average. Keep in mind that in the winter it will be lower, in the summer it will be higher. It is very common to see electric bills up over $500 per month in the middle of summer. We've got several stretches of weeks here that may go up over 100 degrees in our summers, so it does get warmer and you're gonna be running that air conditioner a lot. Now, one thing that you do want to consider when it comes to moving here that can help with some of that electric cost is installing some solar panels on the home. It's actually required on every single new construction home here in our area, and it's something that a lot of homes, even if you're buying a resale home, it's likely they may already come with some of those solar panels. And once you have those on the property, it can actually reduce your electric bill by $100 to $200 per month, depending on the size of the system that you have there. So it can get more affordable. There's just some initial investment that needs to go into that. We do have some videos here on our channel that talk about all the different solar options, so go ahead and check those out. Next up, let's talk about your water bill. What is it gonna cost you on a monthly basis for your water here in Temecula, California? That average right now is $100 to $180 per month. Now that sways a little bit, really just kind of depending on your lot size. If you have the standard 7,000 square foot lot here in Temecula, you're gonna be closer to that $100 per month mark. If you're on a much larger side, and there are many homes here in Temecula that have significantly larger lots, up over a ½ acre or more, then you're gonna be pushing up towards that $180 a month mark. Now, if you're looking for something with 5 or more acres and all that, you can expect that to go well beyond that. There are some programs out there if you're looking for acreage to help bring that water bill down, and you can feel free to reach out to my team to discuss some of those options. Next up, let's talk about your natural gas bill. So this is something that's actually kind of on its way out here in Southern California. California is pushing towards all electric appliances, so electric water heaters, electric ovens and ranges, and really pushing away from the gas. There are some new communities that don't even have gas lines run to them, so that might be new to you if you already have lived here in the area. But most homes, still 95% or more of the homes here in the area, do still have natural gas. And so you're going to spend on your natural gas anywhere from $40 to $80 per month. And so that $40 to $80, that's again going to run your gas dryer, your gas water heater, your gas stove and oven. So that's really what goes into that. It's gonna run your actual heater for your home. And so in the winter, it's going to be on the higher side. During the summer, it's gonna be on the much, much lower side. So natural gas, something eventually that's being phased out here in the area. If you buy new construction, it's likely you won't even have it at your home. Next up, let's talk about trash. So you're going to need to factor in the trash company, which the trash here, you're going to spend about $75 per quarter or $25 per month. So that's gonna be one of your lower utility costs here for the area, but $25 per month, and that's gonna cover your trash, recycling, and like a yard waste bin as well. So make sure that you factor those numbers in. And last but not least, on the utility side, we're gonna factor in your internet costs. So several different providers here in the area, your big ones being Frontier and Spectrum. T-Mobile is even working its way in with some service here in the area. But your internet costs right now are gonna run anywhere between $70 to $90 per month. Now, if you're gonna have a significantly faster speed, then it can go up beyond that. But your average right now is between $70 to $90 per month. Now let's move on to a different segment here outside of the utilities, and we're gonna talk about your grocery expenses. Groceries are gonna be a little bit more here than other parts of the country, and so you need to factor that in. So keep in mind, we're talking about a family of 4 here when we're running those statistics, but your average grocery bill per week in Temecula right now is between $250 to $350 per week. Now, if we're talking on a monthly basis, your cost there is going to be $1,000 to $1,400 per month on average. So family of 4, and we're talking about your average grocery stores. We're not talking about having to go budget shopping at the dollar store to get those numbers, but that's gonna be your Stater Brothers, your Albertsons, your Aldi, maybe some shopping here and there at Costco, which we have all of those options here. Now those numbers are gonna get significantly more expensive if you're going to be doing Sprouts and Trader Joe's and some of those more expensive type stores, but if you're kind of just going with your standard grocery stores and maybe a trip here or there to your Costco or Walmart or Sam's Club, then you're gonna have that $1,000 to $1,400 per month on those groceries. Now let's talk about your gas prices. What's it going to cost you at the gas pump to fuel your vehicle? If you watch any of these videos here, we typically talk about how Temecula and most residents in the Temecula Valley are commuters for work. You may be lucky enough to work from home or maybe have a local healthcare, law enforcement, fire job. But outside of that, you're probably gonna need to commute for work. And so you're gonna be spending a little bit of cash on your gas prices for your car. So what is that average right now? Again, keep in mind, we're talking today as of the day of the filming of this video. They can go up and they can go down, but you're spending anywhere from $4.40 per gallon to $4.70 per gallon. If you're coming from Midwest, something like that, those prices are probably double what you're paying. So you wanna factor that in. You're probably even gonna wanna factor in what's your miles per gallon on your car and how far will you be commuting for work, and factor that in so you can know what you would be spending on a monthly basis. I think that's something that a lot of people don't factor in when they do move here, and so I think that's something you should kind of take the time to pencil out there. We're not talking thousands of dollars in your gas, but it could be a few $100s extra from what you've been spending wherever you're coming from. All right, now let's get to the fun part that everybody always wants to know. What do the houses cost here in Temecula, California? So your housing costs, the average price point for a home right now in Temecula, California is $875,000. Now, if you're watching this video in the future, please reach out to my team so we can get you some more accurate numbers on that, because we all know that fluctuates and grows over time. So $875,000, that's going to get you your standard home here in Temecula. Now, if you're gonna add a pool and RV parking and some of that, it's gonna be significantly higher. And if you've watched any of these videos, you know that Temecula comes with a wide array of properties. You can have small condos, and if you're looking at condos, then maybe we can get you something in the $500,000 range. If you're looking at a 3 to 4 bedroom home, then maybe we're looking at $600,000 to $700,000. And then your 4 to 5 bedroom home, that $875,000 mark. And then we can even get you something on Temecula wine country with lots of property, several acres, and you're gonna be pushing up over the $1 million mark pretty easily. There are even some tract homes here in the area that push you well up over $1 million as well, but your average home being $875,000. Now let's talk about some of those rental prices, because I know that is something that you may be curious on. If you're looking for a small unit, by small unit I mean casita, maybe a studio apartment, and there's even some basically what we call next-gen homes, which is a unit that is built into a home. There's builders that actually build them this way, kind of a rental unit built within the home. It's one bedroom or maybe like a studio type feel. The cost on those is going to be anywhere from $1,800 to about $2,200 per month. That's going to be the dirt cheapest that you can possibly get something here in the area, and it's going to be very small, maybe 500 to 600 square feet at the most. Now, if you're looking at something a little bit larger, maybe a 3-bedroom home with a small backyard, you're gonna be pushing into the $3,000 a month range, maybe $2,800 to $2,900 on the low side, but about $3,000 a month on the average for that. And if we're gonna get you a 5-bedroom or more home, still a tract home, you're gonna be talking about $3,800 to $4,000 per month in that rental payments. And then obviously we get into some custom wine country homes and all of that kind of stuff. You can be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month depending on what you're looking for. So that should at least give you an idea of what the home prices here currently look like in the area. All right, on top of those home prices, we should look at property taxes. So if you've watched these videos in the past, you know property taxes are always something I'm harping on here in the area because it's super important. Property taxes vary greatly neighborhood by neighborhood here in Temecula. The base tax rate, the lowest tax rate you can get here in the area is 1.1%. And so basically you take your home purchase price, multiply that by 1.1%, that's gonna give you your annual property tax bill. Now, if you divide that by 12, that goes into your monthly payment for your home. So 1.1 is the cheapest you can get, which is really great. But we do have some communities here in Temecula that will push you up to about 2.2 to 2.3%. And that can mean that you've got double the tax bill of a home just across the street from you. So you may have 2 homes at $875,000. One may cost you $8,700 a year in property taxes. The other one may cost you $16,000 a year in property taxes. And so that's a big difference. That could add several $100s to your monthly payment on your home. And so you want to factor that in. It's very important when you're looking at homes here in the area to work with a real estate professional like myself and my team who can help you identify those low property tax areas if you're trying to be budget conscious. I will tell you that not everybody is aware of some of those, and sometimes they leave it to the buyer to find 20 plus days into escrow, and by then you're already too deep into the process to pull the plug if you're not comfortable with that monthly payment. So make sure you've got somebody that knows those numbers right up front. Anybody that you talk to, you should ask right up front, what is the tax number on this home? I need to know it. If they don't know it, I would move on because they're gonna try to hide it from you. Next up, let's talk about insurance. So if you've been watching the news at all here recently, you've heard that California is getting much more expensive when it comes to your homeowners insurance and fire insurance specifically here in the area. So we've had some wildfires, not here locally in Murrieta, Temecula, in the Temecula Valley, but there's been other areas, and that's caused providers to increase their premiums on people, and we've seen that jump pretty significantly here in our area. As of right now, the average premium for homeowners insurance in the area is just at $2,000 per year. Now, if you're coming from other parts of the country, maybe that's not a ton for you. I know Florida is really hit hard by some insurance costs here recently as well, but about $2,000 per month. Now, depending on the size of the home and the price of the home, that can change for you, but $2,000 is the average. Now, one thing to watch out for is we do have some high fire hazard zones here in Temecula. And if you happen to catch yourself in one of those, your property insurance could actually be twice as much. Could have a $4,000 a year insurance bill, and in some cases, even if you're like out in Temecula wine country and own several acres, I've seen people with up to $8,000 to $9,000 a year in some of their homeowners insurance. So again, that's something that you're going to want to work with a professional who's going to be able to get you some quotes ahead of time so you know what you're stepping into. Why go fall in love with a home if the insurance is going to be $10,000 a month and you're never going to pay that? Let's get you those numbers ahead of time so you know exactly what you're looking at. So make sure you're factoring in those numbers ahead of time. All right, so that's it for our breakdown on the cost of living here in Temecula, California. thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Temecula is a really great place to live. As you heard me mention in the video, there's just some things you want to look out for when it comes to buying. Now, if you have a budget, unlimited budget, and you just don't care, you can go buy any home here in the area. It's not going to matter to you. But if you're a little bit more budget conscious, you're just going to want to make sure that you work with somebody that knows exactly what those monthly costs are and can help outline that for you along the way. So that's kind of what we've built in here for you to give you at least an idea. And then as you go home shopping, you're going to want to make sure that you know some of those specific numbers on every single home here in the area. But a great place to live with lots of entertainment, a great small town feel, although the population is over 100,000. So I think you will enjoy living here. Hopefully the cost of living fits within your budget. But thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions about moving to Temecula, more on this cost of living, or any questions about living here in Southern California, you can reach out to me and my team here. We would love to help answer some of those questions for you, and you can get in touch with us several different ways. You can call us, you can text us, you can send an email, and you can even schedule a one-on-one Zoom consultation with myself and a member of my team. You can basically click down into the description below, click that link that schedule a Zoom call. It will take you straight to our calendar. You can book some time. We'll hop on and answer any questions that you have about living here in the area with no pressure, just to at least give you an idea of what things look like and help you make the decision of whether it's right for you and your family to live here in the area. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.